let's haul some books. Hey guys, today we are going to be hauling some books. I did not get any books from Book of the Month this month. I skipped it. There wasn't a whole lot that appealed to me, and the one book I wanted was not one of the books of the month. And so I'm gonna have to hold off to get that one. And I got Honey Witch, or The Honey Witch, in my last Fairy Loot, and as you guys know, I am currently reading this. So I want to show it off a little bit, but I don't think I got to show it off in my last book haul. However, my Fairy Loots come towards the end of the month, and so I never get to show off them in a book haul until the next month. But I am enjoying this, just so you guys know. This is a cozy fantasy that's actually working for me. I shifted. I apologize. I'm looking for a book that I got while I was at the buy sell trade, and I can't find it. I will have to upload a short to show that one off because it's not here. Also, my mic is not plugged in because my phone was dying, but I needed to go ahead and record this book haul. So we're just kind of rolling with things today. So I picked up Martha Wells' City of Bones. I have tried, I read Murderbot, love Murderbot. I did try the other fantasy series that just recently came out. Something about witch something. Anyway, I'll post an image of it. That one I didn't like, but I still wanted to try something else by Martha Wells. So I got City of Bones. These are being re-released, and I know that a lot of people loved them when they first came out. And it says, before Martha Wells captured the heart of millions with her Murderbot series, there lived Kat, Segal, and Ellen in a city risen out of death and decay. The city of Cherisat, a tiered monolith of the ancient design, sits on the edge of the vast desert known as the Waste. Kat, a member of a humanoid race created by the ancients to survive in the Waste, and Segai, his human partner, are relic dealers working in the bottom tiers of society, trying to stay one step ahead of the trade inspectors. When Kat is hired by the all-powerful warders to find relics believed to be part of one of the ancients' arcane engines, he and his party begin unraveling the mysteries of an age-old technology. This they expected. They soon find themselves as the last line of defense between the suffering masses of Cherisat and a fanatical cult bent on unleashing an evil upon the city with an undying thirst for bone that they did not expect. It says addictive, high energy, compelling. I am hoping that I really like this. Also picked up Looking Glass by Christina Henry. I really want to read some Christina Henry, and I do believe you have to read Alice before reading this, but I wanted to go ahead and pick it up and start collecting them because I would like to read this. I know it is very dark, horror-esque Alice in Wonderland, and I want to read more of her work in general. Just kind of give it a try and see if I like it. Also, I picked up The Forbidden by Laurie Holmes, book 1 of the Ancestor Saga. This is a fantasy romance series, so I'm kind of intrigued. It says the unforgettable story of one woman's perilous journey to save the Forbidden. Reba's adopted tribe lies slaughtered behind her. Reba's lover, Warren, lays down his life for hers, and now she must use all of her cunning and extraordinary powers to survive the inhospitable wilderness alone, ensuring that Warren's sacrifice was not in vain. But Reba's battle for survival has only just begun. Anyways, in reading this, it sounded very similar to Horizon Zero Dawn, and so I kind of am excited to get into this. That's probably not what I'm getting into, but with the look at the front and the story that it explains on the back, I'm kind of like, this sounds very familiar. I found the book, guys. I found the book. And then I got God of Neverland, Defenders of Lore. I've heard very good things about the Defenders of Lore series, and I think that they are all standalones, but all tied to fairy tales, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I do think it sounds really good. Also, breakneck pacing and wonderful imagination, Brandon Sanderson. Interesting. But it's Peter Pan, guys. It's Peter Pan. It says, in this magical reimagining of J.M. Barrie's classic tale, Michael Darling, the youngest of the Darling siblings and former Lost Boy, now all grown up, must return to the life he left to save Neverland from the brink of collapse and keep humanity safe from magical and mythological threats, as well as answer the ultimate question, where is Peter Pan? So, sounded pretty darn good, and I definitely want to give it a try. The book that I couldn't find, it was stacked amongst my things and I just didn't see it. So, Kay Rice was at Gardner's when I went to go shop there. Mark of the Ancients, book 1. This is a romantasy. And I have been told this has a villain I'm going to fall in love with. And so that was my whole selling point for this book. And I was so excited. I got to talk to Kay. And like I said, oh, my stickers are going to fall out. I got some stickers of the characters. This is our main character here. And it says, I never wanted to be a hero. Heroes never get happy endings. Not really. Burdened by an ominous mark growing across her skin and the powers manifesting because of it, Freya lives in hiding. For centuries, humans and dragons thrived in harmony. The once revered dragons are hunted to the brink of extinction for their coveted blood. For Freya, the elusive ancient dragon god Moir may be her last hope to uncover the answers she desperately seeks. When her life becomes intertwined with 2 captivating men, she must navigate treacherous alliances, confront her growing powers, and stop an evil lurking closer than she realizes. So yeah, it sounds pretty good to me. It also has hints of Dragon Age, so I am very intrigued by that. And it's a local to me author, so very pumped, very pumped. And I've also been collecting the Tales of the Atori, so I found this one at the Buy Sell Trade and picked it up. This is book 3. And then I kind of went on a sci-fi kick. I don't know what's been going on. I'm buying everything except fantasy and then only reading fantasy. So what's going on in my brain? Who knows? I got John Scalzi's Red Shirts. I've heard this is very fast-paced, very entertaining. And it says, they were expendable until they started comparing notes. In Red Shirts, the bit players in life's dramas learn to occupy center stage hilariously, profanely, and then with a determination to make their lives and deaths matter. Hint of Red Rising, maybe? I don't know which came first, Red Shirts or Red Rising, but it definitely sounds very good. And a book I've heard a lot about, Phoenix Extravagant. I've heard again that this has a plot that will keep you on your toes. Dragon's Art Revolution. Phoenix Extravagant by Yuhan Lee. I also have another Yuhan Lee on Audible, and I apologize for my hair, guys. Again, I'm trying to do these things as I see fit, and right now my hair is not wanting to cooperate, but whatever. One day, they're jobless and desperate. The next, Jebby finds himself recruited by the Ministry of Armor to paint the mystical sigils that animate the occupying government's automaton soldiers. But when Jebby discovers the depths of the Razanai government's horrifying crimes and the awful source of the magical pigments they use, they find they can no longer stay out of politics. What they can do is steal Arazi, the Ministry's mighty dragon automaton, and find a way to fight. So, very cool, very cool. And then I got the Synapse Sequence by Daniel Godfrey. Now, I've never read anything by Daniel Godfrey, but I've heard good things. And I've heard that this is really fast-paced and reads like Philip K. Dick or Black Mirror meets Michael Crichton by way of film noir. You can't really go wrong with this one. In a future London, humans are watched over by AIs and served by bots. But now that justice and bots are meted out by algorithm, inequality blooms and protest is brutally silenced. Anna Glover may be the most hated woman in the troubled city, the media's scapegoat for an unpopular war. Now she hides from the public eye, investigating neglected cases by using the mind-invading technology of the Synapse Sequencer to enter witnesses' memories. When a PI brings her a new high-stakes case, Anna sees a chance for atonement. But soon she is drawn into a plot that threatens to upend her hard-won anonymity and put everyone in danger, even those she hopes to save. So it sounded pretty dang good, and I'm excited for it. As you guys know, on the 24 books I want to read in 2024, Mickey 7 has made that list, and when I found this for $2, I said, okay, you're coming home with me. I have the audiobook, and I was just gonna read it that way or listen to it that way, but now I have a hard copy. Now this one I bought strictly based off of the cover, To Like the Lightning by Anna Palmer. Now, I bought this based off of the cover, but Mycroft Canner is a convict. For his crimes, he is required, as is the custom of the 25th century, to wander the world being as useful as he can to all he meets. Carlisle Foster is a sincere, a spiritual counselor in a world that has outlawed the public practice of religion, but which knows that the inner lives of humans cannot be wished away. Mycroft and Carlisle have stumbled on a wild card that may destabilize the system. The boy Bridger, who can effortlessly make his wishes come true. Who can, it would seem, bring inanimate objects to life. So it sounds really good. It sounds really good, but this was a cover buy. I'm going to fully admit that. And whenever it's $2, how can you pass it up? Really, really. All right, that is my book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found something that you'd like to pick up yourselves. I do have a Patreon if you'd like to support my channel, and if you would like to, you can like and subscribe and keep following for more content from me. Bye.